Welcome to my first ever broadcast, first ever stream. The plan is to start building a desktop app in public and see how this goes. I want to do this for accountability and to keep myself motivated and go through all the process from the initialization till launch. I'm building this app because on my day job, I'm running a lot of terminal commands, and you can either copy paste them or uh, type them every time, or even better, some developers are making aliases. But if you make too many aliases, you tend to forget about them, lose them, and so on and so forth. So my plan is to build a graphical user interface, a GUI for managing the aliases, where you will be able to add aliases for commands, delete them, edit them, and so on and so forth. This will be the MVP. Later, who knows, some cloud syncing and all of that. Curious if I can build this in like 30 hours. I will limit the MVP to just one feature, and yeah, let's get going. As a tech stack, I plan to use Flutter for building the app because it allows us to write a single code base that will be working on multiple platforms. And for the landing page, I think I will use ShipFast with NextJS, Tailwind, CSS, and so on. Everything is unscripted and live, so yeah, I might run into things that take a while to debug, and I might run into frustrating things, but who knows what will happen. So please, if you can write any comments saying if the sound is good, if everything is visible. Again, it's my first stream. I've done the settings, but I might have missed stuff. And if you let me know if anything is not working properly, I can try to fix it and move on. Okay, cool. So let me share my IDE. And yes, first I will initialize the project. I've already created a Git repository. We will let's first write actually a to-do for the day. Okay, init project, then maybe the goal for the day would be to have the possibility of adding and executing an alias. So add and execute an alias successfully. Okay, we will need the project, add required dependencies, and create a file with that will store the aliases. Add a new alias and run it successfully. Okay, good. Let's initialize the project. 1 second, I will check if there is anyone on the chat and if I'm audible and visible. Okay, seems to work. Perfect, let's get to it. Okay, I'm using IntelliJ IDEA as my IDE for the Flutter, and I will probably use ChatGPT to help me coding. And yeah. I'm cloning the project. Okay, the clone is successful. And I want to initialize a new Flutter project here. Let's run Flutter create. This should initialize a new Flutter project. Okay, and now let's open this project. Being here. Yeah, by the way, the name of the project will be alias G. Okay, this is the project. We should have a main file in here with the Flutter boilerplate. I want to run it as a desktop app. This is like the main file. We'll probably delete everything from here. Let's run it and see that it works properly. Okay, meanwhile, we should set up a ChatGPT to help us coding. I started using this more frequently than Google, so it's pretty helpful sometimes. I wanted to act as an experienced software developer with vast knowledge of building cross-platform apps in Flutter. You will help me with the entire development process by providing short and snappy answers to every question I have. Do not provide explanations unless required. Keep the answers short and prefer and always provide code. You will only go into details when asked. Okay, our goal is I think we have something. No. All right, again, hopefully it works by magic. I might need to enable desktop support. I thought this was already done in the latest version of Flutter, but yeah, it's been a while since I used Flutter. This is not my main programming language, so yeah, expect stupid stuff. Anyway, our goal is to build this. There we go. Yes. There was a permissions issue, which we will probably have later. So on my other screen, there was a pop-up asking me to allow this project to run. And that's why it didn't work on the first try. I see that apparently Material 3 is already enabled in Flutter, and the UI has changed in pink. But yeah, we will do a better UI at some point, hopefully. Okay, let's finish with the ChatGPT. Our goal is to build a desktop app that manages terminal command aliases. User will be able to do crude operations on a file that stores the aliases and reference in the CLI config. So what I thought about would be to have all the aliases in a file and then source that file in the terminal's config, because otherwise I don't think we will get permissions, at least from Apple, to directly modify the bash or ZSH config file directly. So yeah, that's the solution that I thought of so far. Let's see how it goes. So a user will be able to do CRUD operations on a file that stores the aliases and is referenced in the CLI config. And yeah, it's a big prompt, and I got distracted. I forgot what I distracted it about. Okay. All the aliases will be displayed in a beautiful green. Okay. Are you up for the challenge? We will refine the prompt later if necessary. I prefer to have it in here so that I can press enter and not directly submit the prompt. Sometimes I paste code and I want it to have like I want to have blank rows between between the lines. Okay, so for file management, I don't think we will use Dart.io. As far as I know, the apps are getting installed in a specific path, and it would be better to reference the file in that path. It might be easier to pass through the permission requirements. Okay, so let's clean this up first. Main run my app. I will delete. Okay, I will delete everything from here. Okay. And I want to create a new file. Let's call it app. Dart, and we want app the stateless widget, and we will serial in here, and in here we will run app. And if we save and go here, this should refresh, and it failed. Okay. Why did it fail? I think we need to reboot. Okay, so first of all, let's what should we do? Maybe let's create the file whenever we start. So I want to create a file where we will store the aliases key and value, and eventually read from the file. Okay, the AI has already started helping us with the code. We will ask more specific questions. We won't just copy paste everything from here. even though this might work. So yeah, so I want to add some dependencies. I want to add a provider. It always prompts me to open the app, which is okay. So we have our placeholder and everything worked. So I want to add the path provider dependency in Flutter. This one will allow us to access the app documents directory. So with this one, just by calling this method, we will go into the path where the application will eventually be installed. So let's do I'll add path provide. I might actually edit the prompt and tell the AI what we'll use. This way, it will provide more specific answers. So I plan to use path provider, and I think I will use get it for dependency injection. Okay, let's also add those dependencies. And checking if the stream is still going. There's a lot of config to be done in OBS for streaming, and there are many things that might fail. Okay, so before the GUI, let's see what the AI has told us to do. We can do the setup for the get it. This will be useful in the future. So this is a sort of dependency injection library. You declare the classes that you want in here, and they will be registered in the context and located easily when you need to use them. Let's see. Let's say get bindings. Okay, and I want this port it. Oh. We'll use the dependencies in here. We'll need the dependencies in here, and we will call the get bindings in the main method. So just before running the app, we do get binding init. I made that one. Let's do it like this. So, okay. Let's import this. Switching between. Okay, so we'll do actually I'll do a class, and we can add void init method, and in here we can do the locator, and we can do locator register lazy single. Forgot which was the syntax. Anyway, we can add our new class once. Also, I want to have a class where we do all the file reading, file writing, and so on. So we can call it, I don't know, alias manager. And we will create this class eventually. And in this one, we bind the I forgot that parentheses. This one, okay. So as soon as the app starts, I will initialize my dependencies, and in here I will declare my dependencies, and everything should work properly. Okay, I want to also create an alias manager class alias manager. And we will import this, and it should work. Good. Tests, yeah, we won't write tests. We don't like tests. Everything should work perfectly without tests. Okay. So we have the structure. Let's see if we can. Did I run? I didn't. Let's do a Flutter pub get to install the libraries that we've added. Now we should see the provider, and in the path provider, we should have the application documents directory. We will go into the alias manager, and let's make a read aliases method. Make it void. It will not be void probably, but yeah. Read aliases, and I want to see this will be an async method, and this should be from Dart.io, and this should be from path provider. Okay. And yeah, we don't have anything to read yet, but the dependencies seem to work. Let's maybe create the file first. So I'll add a new method. I create aliases file. Okay, and I will use the same app documents directory. It will be an async. Okay, and in this directory we can do, I think, create file something. There should be something. Let's see. We go into this method, create the directory if it doesn't exist. No, okay. Okay, let's not waste time and ask the AI. So, or maybe they already. Anyway, so far I have a main that I want to create the file that stores the aliases if it doesn't exist. For this, I've created a new class. How can I create a file? Let's see what answer we get. Okay. Just checking if everything still works here. So we have our method. Wonders of technology. I'll delete the comment because they are self-explanatory, and we will have to call this method at the beginning of the app. Let's do a print here to see the to see this path if it's where it is, and let's call this method in here. So a manager create access file. I can make this static. Oh, can I? I forgot how to. So first, I want to register this alias manager. I've done it in here with the locator, and I forgot how to get my instance. So get is uh, so we are using. I've changed some state management libraries recently, and I'm not used to this one, but some like some dependency injection libraries, and I'm not used to this one. But implementation quickly. Okay, so in the register singleton, I can do of alias manager, which is pretty cool because we want a bit of type safety. I don't know. Let's refactor this and name it, get it easier. And I can do. Okay, let's. Should be ready. Okay. Let's do this. We will. Let's Startup management. Forgot how to use get. Sorry for that. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Okay, so this should create our aliases file in whenever we start the app. First of all, let's comment this and see the path of the directory. We will see if there is any file called CLI aliases, or we'll rename this actually, and then we'll rerun this code and see if the file gets created. Okay, so I will restart this. I might need to upgrade some libraries at some point, but I won't do it now live. Okay, so technically the file should be created every time the app is launched if the file is not already present. This is okay for now, but I would like to create the file when the users install the app instead of when they run it. But for that, I probably need to create the installer with all the logic and so on and so forth. So far, it should be good like this. Let's see if the app will start. Come on. Streaming is pretty intense on my PC. My fans are running full power. Okay, let's open this and it should open in here. So the app has started and we have a crash. Okay. Oh, yeah, we need to add this. And the hot reload won't work. Okay. There is an explanation for this line of code, but I don't have it right now on the top of my head. There was in the error body. So it's basically to wait for all the widget tree to be initialized before running any other code. It's not the best explanation. Okay. So to recap, I need to open the app anyway. So the app will open here. It won't display anything. Doesn't have any GUI, but we no longer have the error, and we have the path of our file. Okay. I think this is from the signing in capabilities of Mac applications. So if I will register an iOS developer account, I might be able to change this. So this is for the permission. So the package is set somewhere in Xcode. I didn't get to that error yet, but we might be able to change it. Anyway, we can go with com.example.php for now. I will put a comment in here with the path. Okay, let's see. Let's run an ls and see what's under that directory. Okay, we have aliases. Okay. CLI rm. Okay, we have already aliases. Okay. So I should delete this. So okay, and if I go as documents, there's no such file or directory. Okay, so we no longer have this is empty now. I had a try before starting the project to see if I can put a file in there and source it, and yeah, I wanted to see if that's possible, if my solution is possible, and I did it manually and it worked. So now I'm doing it with code. Let's put this back, and we will put so let's say okay, and we shall create this if it doesn't exist, and then see if it works. Okay, the next step would be if we have the file, we can add a new alias in it manually and then source it in my bash config. I think I'm using ZSH, so there should be a config in there. Here we have alias, and okay, I broke something. I think I deleted the document by mistake. Okay. And I don't rerun this. And there's someone in the stream. Hello, Edward. Thank you for the compliments. And yes, always with the GPT. Okay. So we have the directory. Let's see if we also have the file inside the directory. So ls and we have the file in here. Perfect. Now let's do vi is dot slash dot this one, and let's create an alias for a command. Let's see a random command that everybody uses. Let's see, git status, GS, whatever. Equals git status. I think it's like this. I will write and quit. Oh, it's read only. No, I can't exit him. Okay. Now, if I do a cat with this one, I should have the alias. Good. Now, if I write GS, I think I might have put an alias that already exists in Git. Okay, let's do another one. This one, didn't save it. Okay, something's weird. Why did I make it? No. Okay. So we have alias GS get status. Vim beats me. Sorry for that. Let's put it ABC. It's safer. I'll save it. Okay, I'll close this one and go back. We do cat again. We have ABC. If we run ABC now, it's not working. If we run GS again, it's apparently the alias for git status. I didn't use it. I usually right git status. So we want to make this ABC alias work and return the same thing in here, basically, to be an alias for git status. And for that, we need to source the file in the ZSH config, and I will ask the AI for help. A file with my aliases, and I want it to work in my terminal. Where do I need to add it and source it? Yes, the SHRC. Okay. I please. I always say please to the AI. Never know when they will take over the world. Please provide that stores the file only if it exists. I want to make sure that the file exists, because otherwise, if it's not created, I think stuff might break. If you have a config file which is not properly working, let's say. Okay, cool. Now I want to do a vi dot it should be in here. So vi build dot shrc. Nope. 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 Okay. This is my previous test. Um, okay, and I want to put this. So basically, if the file exists, then source it, otherwise do nothing. And then I want to source the ZSHRC itself to basically make it executable, like refresh the configuration for the next terminal. And now, if I close the terminal and reopen it, I should be able to run ABC and nothing happens. Okay, why? So let's see. Cut RC and paste it right. Okay. It's not working. I maybe don't need to force it. Let's see. It's not here. Okay. I have to put this part. And it's not called my aliases. It's called don't copy paste code from the AI, please. Yes. So I will have to define a variable with this, but for now I will just see if it works. We'll have to clean this up at some point. But anyway, so I want to store this again. And now in a new terminal, if I write ABC, oh, I think I need to add quotes. So there's apparently the alias works. It runs the git command, but it doesn't run the git status. So I will have to do this stuff, and why doesn't it working? Anyway. Why do I keep using it? Please work. Computer, collaborate. Thank you. Okay. I think this will work. And I think I need to source the or not. Yes, work. Yes. So we've need to initialize the project, we've added the required dependencies, and we've created a file that will store the aliases. Great. Now let's maybe display all aliases. Yes. So we have the file, we are printing this, we have the file name, and we want to read it. Okay. Let's see. I don't know how to read from file. I would like to maybe first of all display the file contents in a simple GUI. That would be the first thing to do. The second thing would be to think it would be better to deserialize the file content in deserialize the file content in an object. This way it will be easier to manipulate them later. Because yeah, eventually we will want to edit the aliases, maybe delete them, and yeah, to keep a state. Okay. Well, let's read the aliases. Always say please today. The file content. And I usually give it all the code. I'll get more context. It derailed. When it derails is heavily like in this case, which makes sense because we were talking about sourcing the file in the ZSH config, and then I asked him it whatever to provide the method to read the file content. So yeah, they don't have all the context. So I will edit my prompt and I will add a bit of more context. This works. Thanks. Now please provide a method to read the file content. This is what I have so far. It could be achieved in less words, but okay. Okay, let's do this. So see, whenever you edit the prompt just before the prompt before the AI starts hallucinating, the second time it provides a proper answer. So we have a create aliases file, which we already do, and now it provided a read aliases method, which I will directly put it here and see if it works. Okay. I'll delete the comments, we don't need them, and it will return a list of strings, which should be good for now. Okay, and I want to add to display okay, this is content in a simple GUI widget. By the way, in Flutter, everything is called a widget, so yeah. Okay, so it's suggested to use a future builder. So a future builder is a widget that will receive a future as an input. So an async operation, it will start executing the future, and you can, for example, provide the loading screen while the contents are loading or stuff like that. And as soon as it gets the answer, it will display the other widget, the proper widget. I don't know what the AI suggested. Oh, lots of code. Okay, let's do a copy paste and we'll see what we keep and what we remove. We don't need this. We need the material and we have the app. So we have the main widget, build the method. We need a material app, which is a wrapper over the entire app. Then the scaffold is a wrapper over the screen itself. So each screen will have a scaffold. The app bar is the app bar, like the navigation bar. You can put a title. Let's put our title. And the body will be the future builder with the read aliases method, but I want to use the dependency injection in here to get the dependency injection to get the my instance of an alias manager, and then gets the future itself. And while the future is executing in the connect, so this if will return a circular indicator while the aliases are while reading from the file. And then if it's an error, you can do a redirect or display a text or stuff like that. Otherwise, as soon as the future is executed and we have the data, we will display the data in a list view, which is basically a list of items. Currently, it displays them in a list style. So we will have, like in Trello, for example, tiles like that. They won't look like Trello, but we'll have display each alias. By the way, these comments are from the Flutter plugin. If you don't already know that, to you might end up having a large screen with loads of nested widgets, and you won't know, for example, that this parenthesis ends this one. So you have a comment saying that this is closing this. Pretty useful. Okay, and if there's no data, display an alias, no alias is found. Okay, we can work with this. Looks good. It would have taken me a couple of minutes to write it. The AI wrote it for me, and it's usable. Of course, we will do some UI at some point. I didn't think about how it should look like. I wanted to see that it works first, so I will do all the operations, the CRUD operations, so create, read, update, delete with an ugly UI. Then we'll switch to Figma and try to design something. I'm not a designer at all, so I'm quite terrible at the design, but I'll try to make something that looks decent, let's say. I have an idea of a logo to which we will try. I drew it on paper the other day. Yeah. Until then, let's move on with this. So I forgot again how we use the get instance. This one. So we will do this thing here and pop up. Do some imports and okay. And let's see if the hot reload works. Doesn't always work. Now it does. Cool. Cool. We have an app. It's alive. Let's now add an alias to it and see if it works. Okay. Okay. So we have the read. Let's do the create. So the create alias file is a different method. We want to do from now on root on the aliases, and we have the R. We will build the C now. So put everything in ChatGPT. Please provide create alias method adds on your alias file. While waiting for the AI to write the method for me, I will. What should I do? Let's think about the UI a bit. I think the simplest thing we could do to add an alias would be to have a floating button with a plus and just use it or until we get the UI, then move on. Yeah. We have create alias, so we put back the whole class. We will put this here. Read, so we do the create here. Same thing, we will extract it. It did another check did another check to see if the file exists. Otherwise, it creates the file again, which is pretty good because, yeah, at least for now, we don't know if the users might delete the file. It's a good check. I'll keep it. And then we append the new alias. And the append a new alias, we want also So here we want to create the alias and add the command and also concatenate the alias word to it. So eventually the file should look like the result should look like this. So alias, then the alias name, then equals, then the alias values in between quotes. So this method isn't enough, so to say. So we want the string alias, string command, and here we want to add alias space, then alias, then equals, then command. Like this. This should work. Okay. Don't like this comment. Okay. Okay, then let's move to the GUI and add a floating button that displays how is it called? An alert with two input fields, alias and command, and a save button that will call the create alias method and provide all the code for have context. Checking stream a bit. Right. Let's see. Loads of code. I like to read code written by AI. Okay. Yeah, I've already done this, and we need to do point number 2. Yes, it has. And now let's add the floating action button. So, I will extract these two in a different widget and reference that widget in my app. So let's create add alias widget stl add alias dialog. I think it would have been better to call it add alias widget, but it's okay. So copy paste all the code. We have the constructor, we have the show alias dialog. We used get it, can import everything. And in the build, show dialog, I will make this method public. I think I need a widget for this. Don't think it should be a widget. Let's see if it works. Okay. Let's remove the constructor for now and see what happens. Let's go back to the app. And we have the future builder, and we will add at the end the floating action button. This should be placed after the okay. And the scaffold should be free. And the scaffold. Okay, and I want to call alias dialog dot show and alias dialog of context. It reloads, see what happens. We have the button which does nothing. Why? Oh, it does something, it throws an exception. Do I want to use a material? I mean, ideally I would localize the app, but not now. Okay, let's take a 5 minutes break. I need to take a small break before fixing this error. Right back. Okay, I am back. It was a large cup of tea, and yeah, the pressure of the server is enormous. Let's get back to it. It's weird. I don't want to localize anything now. I'm curious if it will work. Okay, it will work if I put the dialog line, maybe. No, no. Everything in here, write ugly code, and then manage ugly code. This works. Or it might have been, or restart might have been needed, but let's see if the hot reload works now. Otherwise, I'll restart. Yeah. Nope. Let's restart. Yeah. Says that the stream is not responding in OBS. Is it still working? Come on. Come on. Please work. Okay, this seems to work. The YouTube seems to work. Yeah. And X seems to work as well. Okay. Bit delayed. Yeah, sometimes a rebuild is required when adding code. Let's see if the AI knows how to. Ah, uh, okay, this makes sense. It's one of those weird Flutter errors. But okay, so this was the issue. Let's read and learn a bit. So the material localization apparently are already present in the material app. And yeah, usually you want the material app to be at the root of your widget tree, which is the case for us because it's just material. So app is my screen. It will change eventually, but right now in the main I'm running app, and in the app, the first widget is the material app. So it is at the root of the widget tree. But in using this structure as it was, so let's see what it says and then formulate an explanation. Yeah. So before it was like this, and we had the context passed from here. It's okay. Maybe. Okay, I don't really understand this. So might be that the floating action button is created. Mm, a different context than the material app. So there might be a different instance of the context that is passed to this one. Mm. Ah, but I thought, yeah, this doesn't make sense because it was triggered on pressed, or wasn't it? On pressed, yeah, it was. What does this builder do? I think, yeah, this was async, and this wasn't awaiting. So the floating action button wasn't waiting for this to get executed, and then the builder can wrap actually everything with each other. Anyway, I won't do this. Let's move on from now, and we will work on it later. I still want to extract this in a new class. It should work now. Okay, and I want to take this method and replace it with this method and remove the private, and it should be fine. Okay. Okay. Now let's reload and see that it still works. Okay, df Flutter doctor. It won't be displayed because I don't refresh the state, and like I don't do any state management basically. I will have to do that. But now let's see that it adds this to the file. And I will just check the file, and we have two aliases, but it is without the quotes, and it won't work. If I open a new one and write def, we'll get just Flutter. See, we want to call Flutter doctor, so in order to do this, we need to create alias. We want the command to be inside quotes, like this. This should work. I will delete the command. So I want to do, I'll try again with the VI, but it's probably a scroll issue. No. This isn't too fast or too efficient. Thing is, in other terminals, it works well. Okay, so I want to delete this and okay, and if I do I will close this terminal, do another cat. We only have one alias, do a reload. Yeah, because we've reloaded the app now, it shows the alias. Should, if I do another reload, I think it will disappear or not. Anyway, we don't have any state management, so there's a discrepancy between what's shown on the screen and what's actually in the file. But if I write a new alias, let's write again def Flutter doctor and save it, and we should be able to see it here. It's here with some spaces, never mind. So we do a def here and bam, we have the Flutter doctor command, which started running, and I don't want to run. Okay, cool. We have the read, we have the create. The read is not stateful. And let's try to make it stateful. Why not? But okay, I just explained briefly my problem, and I will basically give the AI the whole code. Not this one, this works fine, and just the widgets. And I will ask it to refactor it for me. Then we'll fix it and clean it and move on with our life. I want to use provider, the change notifier provider. So I made a mistake in my prompt. I will stop everything, and so I don't want to use set state. And there's another state management solution. Change notifier provider, state manager. Yep. Now it will provide the solution that I want. Oh, see, now the app remains a stateless widget. And instead of having like the widget and the state and calling set state every time the state should change, with the change notifier provider, we just return change notifier provider widget, which creates the view model and calls the features that are required. And then it will, like, every time there's a change, I will call a method, and these methods will automatically update and set state. There's a lot, of course. Let's take it line by line. So create the view model. I think I need to create some packages now. Or not. Let's see. I want to have let's put it in the home. Or screens. I don't think we'll have more screens, but screens and home, wherever. And we'll create a widget, alias, view model, which will be this one. I will import this one from here. I will import the get it. Okay. So this one gets the aliases in a list of string. We fetched them from the alias manager, so it's like the old method that we implemented. And then as soon as they are fetched, it will notify the listeners and the UI will get rebuilt. When adding one, again, we call it and then we fetch them. So add a new alias, write it in the file, and then reread all the file. It's good enough. I don't think we'll run into performance issues from that. It won't be a huge file anyway. Looks good. And now let's move to the app. The app will remain a stateless widget. Then I don't want to wrap everything in the change notifier provider. I will only wrap this one, I think. So I don't want to build the whole app, the whole widget. I would like to rebuild the smallest widget possible. In our case, since we don't have much on the screen, I will just rebuild the future builder. Okay, let's. Actually, it's no. Actually, I made a mistake. So it's okay to wrap everything in the change notifier provider, but we will have the consumers in the with the smallest widget possible. So this will actually work. Okay. Let's remove this. Let's import the view model. And we will have the provider as well. Okay, this is it. Showing dialog on. We need to wrap this and alias dialog. Let's see if it works like this. Alias dialog. Let's rename this one, add alias dialog, and move it into the home screen. And then replace it with this one. Re-import the material. And add the view model. Reload, see if it works. Tell me a command. Let's see. View file. VF is start using our app. Why not? We've built it for this. And this one. Okay. Bam. We have it. Let's see if it also works. That would be interesting. Okay, yeah. And we have all the aliases in here. Cool. We have some state management. We have a create. We have a read. We don't have an update, and we don't have a delete. For that, there will be some UI required. I'm not sure if I should make the update and the delete now. I think I can make the update actually. Yeah, I can make the update. I will display the same dialog and have the no. So what I want, let's do some cleanup first. So we do some cleanup. We make sure that everything works. Then we do the update. And in the update, we will basically call the same dialog, but the alias and the command will be pre-filled. For doing that, we should load the aliases object. So we'll deserialize the file in some object that we'll create. And this way, when we load the file, we will have like an alias command, whatever object that will have two fields, an alias and the corresponding command. We will just pre-fill this stuff, and this way we can do the update. Let's do this. So cleaning, alias manager. This will be in aliases. Okay. Okay, whatever. Let's stop there. Ideally, I would commit this. We could commit this. Yeah, good idea. Let's see. We have GS, which is Git. Now we have ABC. Yeah, ABC. That is easier. I have a lot of files in here. I want to add a couple of them in the git ignore. When I've created the repository, I selected the Dart git ignore template, which ignores some stuff from Flutter and Dart, but I have some other stuff from IntelliJ that I want to ignore. So I would add idea slash metadata. Should be version controlled, not manually edited. Okay, I want to add all the IMLs. I want to add. Let me find that. Okay. Save this ABC because we have an alias. I hope I don't get used to it. It should be fine. Another alias that we can add is git add all. Git commit sham. Another cool feature would be to be able to pass parameters to commands, to aliases. So let's say, for example, git commit, I write gc whatever and pass a string and gc space and my message, and I will commit with a message. Okay. No, it's not the initial commit. We have really, we would put relevant commit messages to know how to get back to them. But for now, let's put create, read, alias, and display alias plus state management. A very basic one, but it works. Its status. Its status is ABC. No, yeah, we do git push. And now it is version controlled. Cool. Let's break it. Let's break it. Let's break it. Okay. I want to extract anymore. Let's extract this. Get file, if get or create file. Okay. And we have file. Ideally, we would do some error management in here eventually. Okay, this can be private, this can be private, this can be private. Okay, we write, and in here, so we read, otherwise we return. Okay. We can extract again this one in get file. And we make it. Okay. And now we move the CRUD on top. And this. So we still have update and delete. Have the get file, get or create file. This is a bit cleaner. Yeah, looks better. Cool. What was I doing? So I've cleaned this up. I wanted to do the update. No, I wanted to do the deserialization. So we want a new file. Let's put the AI to write the code for us. I'm too lazy for this. Now I would like to deserialize the aliases in a model object, then use it when aliases, please provide the model and the updated code. Yes. Apparently, I've been streaming for the past 100 minutes, 108 minutes, which is a personal record. I'm really uncomfortable being on video. I don't really like to film myself and all of that, unless I'm in the mountains and doing sports and falling. I think I will stop the stream at around 2 hours. It's pretty late, and I would like to go to bed eventually. But I think for a couple of hours of work, we've made a pretty good progress. And I'll resume tomorrow. I think tomorrow we can start working. I mean, finish the CRUD, then maybe start working on the UI a bit, and afterwards, I don't know, landing page as soon as possible. I think the landing page will take a bit more than this. No, let's see. Let's see for now. What did the AI provide? Uh, I want to, yes, model. I want the model class, of course. But this takes a while to write it, and in Flutter, I always mess up the from JSON and to JSON methods. In here, we won't have JSONs, we will have key value pairs, but still, I love AI for writing the model classes for me. Probably can generate them, but alias model. Um, um, name command. They're required to string. Yes. Okay. Alias from string. Assume dwell. Regex. I'm terrible at regex. I will trust the AI with this regex. And if it matches, it creates the alias and returns it, otherwise throws an exception. Looks good to me. And we want to update the alias manager to use the this. So in the read aliases, we get the file, we await, we read them and return them. So this if perfect, and it will return a list of aliases, alias perfect. And we want to display them in our UI. There's a really strange noise outside. I don't know if you hear it, you shouldn't. Okay, let's go to the app, and in the list view builder, instead, we will do this actually, yeah, I don't want this. I want to go here, and I will want to refactor this as well. So will be an alias here, will be an alias here, and when fetching, it will be read. Did I break anything? Did I? Yes. But this should return. This is acting strange. Please let me go in now. Go in here. This is okay. This is yes, but this shouldn't return a string. It should return a list of alias. Yes. Yes. Exactly. It's a list of alias. Yeah, no. Alias manager. Doesn't see it anymore. Doesn't have a package. Is weird. Okay. My IntelliJ weird. Let's do some cleanup. It got messed up. So apparently I've done a refactoring and it thrown an exception while refactoring and messed everything up. It doesn't usually happen. I love this idea. But it's weird. Or it's a sign that I need to go to sleep. That's also a possibility, but I can't leave it like this. So, still. Not. So this is messed up. Because this is messed up, it messes up other stuff. So yeah, do git commits. Commits are your friend. Okay, this seems to work. We have it in here, and in here it's still not visible. I want alias manager. Now it should work, hopefully. Yes. And in here it's still messed up, but this is okay because I want to do to string. And this should also work. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, this should probably be refactored. Cool. So we have the deserialization, and now ideally the app should still work, and it's a little bit cleaner. Okay. The dialog. Okay. And this patches. Okay. This is the model. I want to put it. Wait. I want to some more moving around. So I want to move this here. And yeah, we have the screens. Now, if it works, we will do the update. We'll do the update by, yeah. So we load the file. We will probably need to have an index, but the list view, I think, already has an index. So now we're storing a list of aliases in here, in the, we're not manager, in the view model. We have this. So we need to identify the specific alias in this list. So the alias that corresponds to the alias that we're clicking the edit on, the update on, whatever. And it will load it in the same view dialog, in the same model, hopefully. And we change the values in there and we hit save and it should be fine. Yeah. Takes a while to build it. And I don't have any more tea. Thinking. Yeah, no. Well, oh, this is ugly. Apparently, it didn't update the packages properly. Do it again. Okay. Let's ask the AI for the next step. I want to create an update method that update method. Each alias will have an edit button. When pressing the button, oh come on, it was broken everywhere. And pressing the edit button, the values should open in the same other dialog, and I can edit and save the values. Okay, and I will provide some code. We have the app. And we have the alias dialog. I think my PC needs a restart. And yeah, maybe also send a few. First, let's see that the app still works after all the refactoring, and then the solution is pretty good, so we'll use it. Meanwhile, we have displayed all the aliases. We were able to add a new alias, and yes, this is the pop-up that always appears. This will be a bit of a problem. We need to handle permission somehow, so at least Apple won't. Oh, by the way, I found a bug. Can you spot the bug? What's the bug? Did anyone of you spot it? Uh, there's another one. I thought I thought it was one kind of bug, but it's actually a whole different model. So there seems to be an issue with the alias from string. Let's do a little bit of debugging, and with the regex. Yeah. Didn't break anything. Come on. So, okay. So we have lines, and let's do alias from string of line of 0, let's say. Lines of 0. Okay, this works. We have spaces. We have spaces. So how do we treat spaces? Yeah. We shouldn't have spaces, basically. We have spaces in the file, then we allow the users valid. Yeah, we shouldn't have spaces. I'll stop this and remove the spaces. Many terminals in here. No spaces. Yes, now it should work. Still, we might still have the other bug. So when first loading the app, let's check it. So we load the app, then we want to read all the aliases. Is this called? We fetch aliases. The app. Yeah, okay. So no. Apparently that was the only exception. So technically it should work now. If it works, we do the update and maybe delete and then okay, we have it. Should we add a new one? And it could have appeared, but it didn't. Why? Because this create an alias and doesn't add it in the list. So I would suspect that we have the alias in the file, but we don't have it in the list, and we can test it. We do the VF. Come on. Come on. Let's do the VF. Sorry for that. Did I break it? Broke just the last command. Anyway, so I didn't break anything. Let's do a cut here. I didn't add it. It did add it, but it didn't add it on a new line. Because when I deleted the last space, I deleted the last line. Okay, we need to delete and edit quickly. Let's do the open again. So in here it should be like this, and in here it should be like this, and now it should be safe. And now we should have the F, or not, GA. It's a new terminal because the F, S, and GA will add everything. Cool. So we make it work like it was before, but it is still not visible in here. Why? Because whenever we added the alias, we didn't update the state basically. So we also we do the fetch aliases and notify listeners. But yeah, it didn't fetch it properly. So let's add a new one, and it should first. No. So I'm pretty tired and my brain stopped working. So let's do first reload. The reload will not display it. PC, delete from me. No, whatever. Something is terribly wrong. Valid alias for. Okay, I will restart the app because I messed up with the file pretty bad. Okay. I think if it works now, I will go to bed and continue the update tomorrow. My brain is not working its full capacity. It's been a long day. Yeah, it's broken. We have the space and we have a double add. Okay. We have two aliases as well. Here. I don't know why. Okay, of course, and it showed. I suggest we end the stream with a victory and continue tomorrow morning. We will make the CRUD, then think about the design and build a landing page and all of that. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.